And good afternoon. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stan Salter, along with our odds maker, Keith Fustel. We hope everybody had a nice Easter, a nice day off, and we get right back to it today. Live racing, nice carryover in that Rainbow Pick 6. We'll get to that in a few minutes. That's over 30,000. Tim Tulloch, he has a ticket for that. But real quick, we had a big day here Saturday. It was a big crowd, big handle, great horse racing. We had 7 consecutive stakes for our spring stakes. Spectacular, and sure, always mining a big performance in the Tessio. He's going to the Preakness, hopefully. Las Citas, a big performance in the Weber City Miss. She's hopefully going to the Black-Eyed Susan, so a couple local Maryland breds to cheer for. Trainer of Grand Motion, he had a big day. But let's just start with the, go objectively here, black and white. Let's just go by the numbers here. Oh. And how about that 108 Beyer speed figure? Lakai got 108, man. That's huge. Like grade 2, grade 1 territory.
Off the charts. Yeah, that was quality effort right there.
108 and 2.
Least. Yeah, and comparatively to the other races, what Miss Locust pointed to, was pretty quick in her own right. Just kind of buried it when you look at it. So, like the ride, Caramanos, we thought about it. Could have kept them in touch into the race. Got a nice little assist early. The long shot went out for the lead. Louisville had to kind of go after that one. But I was talking to Damon beforehand. Once he got out in the clear, that final 3/16 was really, really strong. Best performance by far I've seen from Lakai.
He's what a rivalry that's shaping up to be, Lewisfield and Lakai. Lakai, I was telling Damon before the race, he's kind of a gritty horse. He looks like he kind of gets a little pissy sometimes in the race when he's getting headed or looked in the eyeball, and he wanted revenge on Lewisfield. And you know what a fierce competitor Caramanos is, and what a great ride he gave the horse.
Absolutely. That doesn't look like the biggest of horses either when you kind of look at him. But
extra heat size.
The heart and determination that this horse has and that he brings. And once again, he's one of those horses that I like. Extremely versatile, can handle some traffic, doesn't mind a long drive, sustained drive by a rider, can keep on chugging, and that's what we saw on Saturday.
And talking to the barn, he came out of the race well. He's walked very good a couple days. So Lakai, a 108 Beyer speed figure with that big stakes win this past Saturday here at Laurel Park. It was the Frank Whiteley, right?
The Frank Whiteley.
Frank Whiteley. Absolutely. That was the first match series race of the year. So Lakai's one up on Lewisfield so far in the match. So that was Saturday. We had a big Super Saturday. Let's get right to it today. Let's show you the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 carryover we have today. There it is, about 300 shy of 31,000 in that Rainbow Pick 6. That'll start race 4 today on the 9-race program. All right, so Tim Tulloch, my co-host, he'll have a ticket for that. You have a ticket. You like the middle pick 4.
I've got a middle pick 4 that I like. I like a couple horses today. It's a fun little card on this Easter Monday.
All right, let's get right to it here. Race 1 will kick off the rolling Super High 5. That's a low 15% takeout for the Super High 5. We have it every race with 7 or more horses. Well, let's show you the conditions here real quick. Show you both tracks. There's the main track and the turf. The turf looks beautiful. We were fast and firm on Saturday. Looks like we're fast and firm once again today.
Absolutely. Paid fair all the way through, turf or dirt.
Yeah, really on Saturday. Okay, so beautiful conditions today. Let's get right to it. Race 1 will kick off that rolling Super High 5 with the low 15% takeout. We have it every race with 7 or more horses. Also, race 1 kicks off that popular early pick 5. Both your pick 5s here at Laurel with that industry low 12% takeout. It's a mandatory payout on this early pick 5. Let's take a look. I have a $36 ticket. I go 4 deep here in the opener. It's a 3 life nickel going a mile. I go with the 4, 5, 6, 7 here in race 1. Race 2 is a nice starter allowance going 5.5 on the all along turf course. I go 3 deep there with the 2, 8, 9. Race 3 is a nice maiden 40 for 3-year-olds going 2 turns on the main track. I go 3 deep there. The 2 creative budgeting going to be a popular favorite in there for trainer Todd Pletcher and Trevor McCarthy. The 2 in race 3, but the 4 Reds winning call. You remember how good that Colts dam was. Reds round table. This colt could wake up any day for Tim Keefe. And then the horse has some good, nice seasoning underneath him. That's the Grand Motion horse, the El Padrino horse, the 6 Ben and Joe, well seasoned for a big effort today. So I go 2, 4, 6 in race 3. My single, a nice starter allowance in race 4, going 2 turns on the Dahlia turf course, and my best bet of the day in there is the 6 double whammy, getting back to the turf. He does have a win on the turf. He's fired an 81 Beyer speed figure before on the turf. Trevor McCarthy rides for Mary Epler. Double whammy, my key horse, race 4. Then race 5, I go 2 deep with the 1-3. $36 ticket. You can study all our tickets on the laurelpark.com website underneath the handicapping section. Let's get right to it. Race 1, we're going a flat mile on the main track, claiming 5,003 and up. Never won 3 or straight 3-year-olds, and you have the 5 on top. Let's start right there. We have a video spotlight on the 5. Money Meister, first off the claim today for trainer Wayne Potts.
Yeah, this is going back a couple races. We're going to go back to the 29th of November here at Laurel. This is a 16,002 in life this afternoon. Money Meister secures command. That was in the Shane Myers barn right there in the center of the track. The 5 that day threw pretty good fractions, 47 and change, 12 and a tick, and just kind of gets, I don't even say gets a little tired. He just gets, kind of sniped here at the end. Sidewalk Profit up the inside is going to win it by a neck. His drop down off of those races, claimed for 5,000 by Potts last out and being brought back for the 5. Here's the stat that kind of threw me over the top, and we're going to have Jen Miller back to ride today as well. The 5-pound apprentice, and Wayne Potts and Jen Miller have done well together. We have that stat for Potts?
We have it.
We have it.
Here,
there it is.
Okay,
go. Thanks, guys. Potts, last couple years over the dirt. How about this? 4 for 10, 40%, 7 for 10 in the money. First off the claim for 5,000 ROI. There it is, $5, awfully strong. It'll be interesting. Chaco Mount might go to the front, even the walk from the inside, but Money Meister at this distance is tactical enough for me. That stat puts it over the top for Potts.
Yeah, absolutely. 4 for 10, 7 for 10 in the money at this level, positive ROI. So, all right, the 3-1, you'll get decent price there on the 5, Money Meister, and welcome back to the saddle, apprentice jockey Jen Miller. Good to see her back. She's been away for a while with an injury, but she's been working hard in the morning.
Hopefully she's riding a Cadillac right here in the opener.
There you go. Yeah, good. The Cadillac, get her back in the winner's circle. All right, so I used the 5. We both like the 6 as well. Chacomon going to be one of the favorites in here. Going to be part of the early pace with Rosario Montanez aboard for Dorothy Wharton. This horse 3 back rallied from way off the pace to win, and then last out they changed up strategies a little bit and sent the horse to the front in a decent second. So now we cut back to a mile today. I think the 6 Chacomon will be right there.
I think he's going to have to be close to the pace. I know got away with a really soft quarter last time, but you saw he can come from way back. The walk is the interesting type. Correa inside, 3rd off of a layoff for Allison Delgado. I think certainly will be part of the pace flow in here as a user in your exactus.
All right, let's turn the page here. Race 2 is going to kick off the early pick 4. We're going 5.5 furlongs on the all-along turf course. No rail setting for the all-along. This is a 25,000 starter allowance. Filly and Mares 3 and up. Never won 3 is the condition. We both like the 2. We like the same 4 horses here. Just a little different order. The 2, Baccarat Fashion for trainer Bruno Tessori. Ricardo Chappie on this 4-year-old daughter of Old Fashion. A sharp win, 2 back at this starter allowance level. That was a starter 2 life that day. Gallop by 6 1/4 with a strong 67 Beyer. They tried first level allowance company last out. That's a tougher condition than this spot today. And horse opened up 4.5. A good second, just got beat ahead with a 68 Beyer speed figure. So Chappie back aboard today. We're getting on the turf for the first time. So I'm taking a shot here that this horse with the early speed, and if she can take to the turf with that early speed, Chappie might try to be sending from the 2 hole.
They tried to get her on the turf a few times last summer, and even in the fall didn't work out. Those races taken off the turf, but she's got recency. She's got a little speed. Look at the family. There's some turf definitely there in the breeding, so she's going to be an awfully short price up towards the front every step of the way. Hip Hop, I think, is the one to beat. Proven turf. 5 starts with a win. Some good numbers. Go back to try 2 races back in August behind Not in Jeopardy. Just missed to that rival. Led almost every step of the way. Got nipped at the wire, but Not in Jeopardy stepped up to run well in 2 other than competition for Ann Merriman. Your price shot, maybe the 9 Snippety. The Great Notions, they run on anything. Was protected in most recent. You look at the Dam, Sassy and Smart was on race. But in this family, how about half the no-knock raid a 4-time turf winner, and I think there might have been one other one. So you've got sprint there.
Right.
I mean turf sprint in the family for the bottom. It just holds the best value in race 2.
Yeah, it's a 5-year-old mare, a homebred for the Merriman family. Edwin and his son Lewis. She's done nothing wrong. 3 positive races, and you're right about the Great Notions. They run on anything. They love the turf. He's the sire of Flash Phelps and a bunch of other turf runners. So Chappie, he better be tied on here. My top pick, because Centeno's going to probably dictate the early or the early pace terms here on the outside. He's probably going to be he's going to have Chappie in his sight early on, or Centeno might just try to clear from the outside and go to the front.
I've seen baccarat fashion. She's rated a little bit sometimes.
Right.
I think she's got a shot to come from just off of it if needed.
All right, so nice little turf sprint here. In the second, we like the same 4 horses. Let's turn the page here. Race 3 is a nice maiden event. Maiden claiming $40,000 for straight 3-year-olds going a mile and a 16th on the main track. And I go with the favorite on top, 8-5 morning line here for the 2 Creative Budgeting, a 3-year-old colt by Creative calls him a Maryland bred here, a homebred for the Elkstone Group. This one trained by Todd Pletcher, had to break from the dreaded 1 hole in debut, going 6 furlongs. That's a tough assignment, and just did okay.
Yeah.
It was a tough maiden special weight back in late March here at Laurel Park. Got a decent number, 68 buyer speed figure. Only got beat 2.5. No. You figure the colt got a lot of good education in that race. Pletcher, he's 26% with maidens making their second start. You get the leading rider, McCarthy. McCarthy should get a nice ground-saving trip on the inside here with the 2 Creative Budgeting, my top pick.
Should stretch out. Pletcher last 2 years on the dirt, 17 for 50. That's 34% sprint to route in their second career start.
Sorry, guys. Yeah.
And we got a video of that debut run from March the 23rd. We're going to pick this gray up, coming to the quarter pole in the back of the pack, not showing a whole lot of speed that day, but Great Herman on the lead. He's pretty quick in his own right, a little softer quarter, 23, half in 46, and Creative Budgeting stays down the inside. It's going to close up steadily about maybe 4 or 5 lengths through the final 1/8 of a mile, and out of that race, looking about the 3-path, the gray, make way for Jerry. He came back to win out of that race the other day pretty impressively, as was make way for Jerry. I'm going to go to the 1, though, Top Line Growth, just for the fact Pimentel goes here. He usually rides for Trombetta right on these maidens, jumps off the 3 Welling. Looking at the breeding, a little bit of a sprint lean when you break it down, but Tapazar did have a debut winner going long at Oaklawn in the month of April, 22-1 shot down there. So works are good. Kelly Rubley Barn, we know she's doing quite well. Take a shot with Top Line Growth. I think you really got to watch the board on this one.
Yeah, it's tough to go long in the first start, but this horse looks well prepared up there at Fair Hill. A big full work tab, some good 5 furlong workouts on the Tapeta up there. You get Pimentel, he'll get a good trip on the inside, Lasix in debut. So I like the 1 as well here. I use a 6 in my exact. I think this horse has a good foundation underneath him. A Maryland bred by Al Padrino for Grand Motion. Motion with 2 big stake wins Saturday here at Laurel Park. Vargas rides this gelding. Vargas aboard last out at this level. A decent third that day. So this will be the 3rd time going long for the 6 Ben and Joe. And I'm hoping Vargas can have a trouble-free trip on the outside.
Let's see. He's going to be a shorter price. See if he can kind of bring him a little bit more of a sustained run. He's kind of been chasing. Was under a drive last time around the turn. Really didn't pick it up. Ran even through the stretch. Maybe the extra ground will help his chances. I think he's going to need a little bit of a setup up front.
And now how about the 4 Reds winning call? This colt needs to wake up, man. We remember how good Reds Roundtable was. She was a monster around here. She was a multiple stakes winner for Tim Keefe. She made a bunch of money. I want to say she was a graded stakes filly as well. I don't know if she won a graded stakes. She was probably graded stakes place, but she was very good. So this colt's bred to be a good one. He finally woke up a little bit last out in his 3-year-old debut. No good last year as a 2-year-old, but came back running as a 3-year-old off the long layoff early April. A decent second that day at 7-1. I like the comment there, willing comment. So the 4 Reds winning call. Looks like Tim Keefe has this well-bred colt going in the right direction, and he might like to stretch out the 2 turns
Certainly
today.
She'd be tightened up off of that race. Maryland, a good horse, one to look forward to down the road for Robbie Bales.
Yeah, that's right. That's the Seville horse for the Benshaws, Robbie Bales. Yep. All right, let's get a quick commercial break. Nice big carryover in that 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. That's almost $31,000. That starts in race 4. A nice big allowance, a starter allowance going long on the turf. We'll check it out right after this. All right, welcome back. Get your tickets now. Third Saturday in May, right around the corner. Get your tickets for the Infield Fest or the Turfside Terrace. That's where you want to be. That's the most popular place to be. You get all the food, the good food, gourmet food all day long, all the booze you can drink. You're right there on the inside of the turf course. So tickets still on sale for the Turfside Terrace and the Infield Fest. Go to Preakness.com for all your tickets and information. Nice big chunk of change sitting here for the 20. Your kids coming to the Infield Fest, they get tickets yet, the teenagers?
I'm sure I'm going to get a couple calls. I think my daughter's going to be out of town for a cousin's wedding.
Okay.
But, sure.
She
we
went
always
last
say,
year, right?
Yeah, each and every year we get new friends. They come out of the woodwork, people we haven't talked to in the last couple of years. Hey, Keith. Hey, Stan. What you got for us? Well,
give me some
we'll
tickets.
See.
We'll try to
Might
get
be
you
lean
in there.
times this year. I don't know.
We'll try. We'll get them in there. We'll try to get them in there. So this pick 6 will be well played today. Probably over 10,000 new money. So I'll say at least over 40,000 today. Maybe more. Maybe close to 50,000 when it's all said and done. Starts race 4. My co-host in the afternoon, Tim Tulloch. Yeah. Oh, look at that, going with 2 singles.
Yeah.
He hits the all button in a race and 2 bold singles. I like the ticket. $67. 20-cent play. He goes 4 deep in race 4. It's a big field going long on the turf. He goes with the 3-6-7-9. Race 5, he goes with the 1-3-8. Then in race 6, he goes with the 2-3-4-7. Race 6, a nice upper level allowance feature of the day. 5.5. That's a tough race. Yeah, he goes 4 deep there. 2-3-4-7. Then race 7, he hits the all button in there. How many's in there? There's what, 6 in there? 7 in there. No scratches, race 7. And Tulloch hits the all button there in race 7. I'd agree. That's a wide open beaten 8,000 going 5.5. And then some singles. Race 3 is a beaten nickel. Philly Ameris going long on the main track. He singles there on the 3. Just Give Me a Kiss for trainer Hugh McMahon and jockey Katie Davis. And then the last race single here. Here we go. He singles on the 1. All right, the 1 Easton Union, second-time starter for Jerry Englehart. Vargas will ride 7-2 morning line on the 1 Easton Union. That's a nice maiden special weight going 5.5 on the turf there in race 9 on the Dahlia turf course there in race 9. So, all right, so a couple bold singles. Hopefully he's live going to race 8, and then the drama unfolds.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting sequence. And like I say, I like the card. We differ a little bit in some selections, but that's what it's all about. Everybody gets an opinion, stick to it, and hopefully you can come out on top and take down that pick 6.
That's right. All right, and we also kick off the middle pick 4 in race 4. Lots of action in this turf route. You like the middle pick 4. Let's see how you played it.
2 deep to get you started. The 1, Seeking the Sunset, and the 7, Brickyard Kitten. 5th race, 3 deep with the 1, 2, and 8. I'm going to try to beat that morning line favorite of Hail the Queen. 6th race, there's my spread as well. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7 off my stage. My price play in there. 7th race, we whittle it down to the 1 and the 6 in race 7. Another tricky little event. $30 ticket for the middle pick 4.
All right, I like the play here. You're 5 deep there in race 6. That's a nice allowance. 5.5 on the turf there in race 6. I like your price play. The 1 off my stage has some early speed with the good ride and Bug Boy Julio Correa. More than ready. Philly making her turf debut. You see Giants Causeway there on the dam side. So, yeah, if Correa can break sharp, just try to use that speed. Go right to the front there. That's race 6. Let's check out the 4th race. It's a 12,500 starter allowance, 3 and up, going a mile and a 16th on the Dahlia turf course with the rail setting at 52 feet. My best bet of the day in here, the 6 double whammy, the 8-year-old son of Arch for trainer Mary Epler. This horse a 12-time winner. He's made over 300,000. He does have a win on the turf. He's 3 for 10 in the money on the turf, and he's in razor-sharp form right now. A big win last out against 8,000 starter allowance. That was late March, going a mile. He won wire to wire that day by almost 5, and beat Bob's my uncle in there, who came back to win a big 81 Buyer speed figure. So Epler has this horse ready to roll. You get Trevor McCarthy. Let's see if Double Whammy can keep that sharp form getting back on the turf today.
Really took advantage of the horses that didn't want to go to the lead last time on the dirt. Trevor said, I'll go ahead and go, and he went ahead and dictated and won off impressively with a good number. Yeah, can he bring that back to the turf? I think he's going to have to be forward in here. There's not a lot of true speeds. He's a user for me underneath. I think he's one wild dude. Certainly reclaim for this, specifically the turf, off a little bit of a freshening in December, but some big numbers. He's got 5 wins over this turf course. He's one wild dude. Certainly fits in this starter. He's going to be up close. I go to the one, though, Seeking Sunset. Derek Parham doesn't run a lot of horses, but, man, his turf record is spectacular. Smaller sample. He's like 35, 40%. But let's go to Seeking the Sunset's last race.
Yep.
He's certainly found a home on the turf. Back in that race, they claimed this horse for $5,000 up to the open 15, runs a good second sprinting back in July behind Not a Chance. Watch this race on the stretch out, August the 16th. Was sitting there with a mitt full of horse under Eddie Gonzalez, was able to find a little seam past the 5/16, eases out and just rolls right on by. Got the little winkers on, we like to call them, the little shadow, not the shadow rolls.
Side rolls?
Yeah, on there, and just draws away impressively. I'm not worried about this little freshening. Turf races, I don't bother as much and concerned as much as layoffs. Steady works on the dirt. This horse will be ready to go from just off of it.
All right, you get the X-Man. Xavier Perez gets aboard for the first time. I like the one. If he's ready to roll off the layoff, he should be sharp. He'll get a ground-saving trip on the inside. We both like the 7 here, Brickyard Kitten, coming off the layoff for Kieran McGee, this 9-year-old veteran by Kitten's Joy. He knows how to do it. A 9-time winner on the turf, and he was razor sharp last summer on the Laurel grass. He's a 4-time winner on the Laurel grass. So if he's ready to go, he'll be right there with Centron.
He just brings his run pretty much every time. That turf got a little different there late in October, so I can kind of forgive the 67 buyer. Coming back at the ripe old age of 9. Kieran had a little price horse we caught the other day, rallying in for the place. I think Brickyard Kitten is certainly a factor from off of it this afternoon on its return.
All right, so nice starter allowance turf route to kick off the pick 6 and the middle pick 4 there in race 4. The late pick 5 starts in race 5. No carryover today. They took it down on Saturday, our big Super Saturday. So as always, that industry low 12% takeout means more money back in your pocket when you hit the pick 5s. Let's check out my late pick 5 ticket. I have my singles in the 4th race with the Mary Epler horse. My single, as I don't have a single in the late pick 5 here. $32 ticket. I go 4 deep in race 5 with the 1, 3, 4, 8. Race 6, a nice allowance race. I used the 4, 7 there. And then in the 7th race, I go 3, 6. Race 8, I go 1, 3 there. And then in the finale, that's a nice maiden special weight 5.5 on the Dahlia turf. My price play of the day is in race 9. I like the 8, Ode to Joy, a 4-year-old first-time starter, a daughter of Artie Schiller for trainer Justin Nixon. Weston Hamilton will ride. Nixon's 1 for 3 recently with first-time starters. So I like that. I like the price. So I use the 8, and then I use the favorite, McCarthy. He's on the favorite there, the 9, Shanghai Bobby. Has speed, but she's making her turf debut today for Chucky Lawrence. A nice maiden special weight to wrap up the card. There's my ticket for the late pick 5. Let's take a look here at the 5th. Going 6.5 furlongs, claiming 12,500 straight 3-year-old fillies. And I go with the 3, Hail the Queen on top. You like the 3 as well. This horse is getting a little class relief, and the last couple races have been going 7 furlongs, so she'll be dead fit for the 6.5 furlongs today. She was a good second 2 starts ago for 32,000 claimers. And the allowance race last out, never enough time, and that race just a little too tough. So nice big class relief today for the 3, Hail the Queen.
Yeah, laying her right back in there for the 12-5 off of 2 good efforts against clearly better. I mean, not ever enough time. That was drawn by a good horse.
Yep.
dove out 1 for 11 the last 3 years on a 50% drop. It worries me a little bit. It's such a distinct drop down to 12. I guess they got the horse for 16, just trying to go ahead and got some good money in for the higher pots.
They got a couple checks,
back.
all right, yeah.
Yeah, and she's going to make her run. I like Allison Kay the way she's going 1-3 straight. I'm not worried about the rail as much. I think she's got positional speed, got outside the speed last time and rolled right on by. Little stat for Hugh McMahon, 5 for 17 with 3-year-old fillies with 3 ascending buyer numbers. That's the kind of roll she's on right now. The ROI is close to $3. Allison Kay, stalking trip, gets the jump on Hail the Queen.
Yeah, I like the horse. She's going to use that speed from the inside. Sheldon Russell going to try to go right to the front there. I almost picked the one on top, Allison Kay, but then you have to look at the 8. Call Me Jelly Roll, who's going to show speed from the outside. The X-Man's going to be all over Sheldon early on here, so that's why I ended up picking the 3 over the 1.
Yeah, they ran the same day. Stan on April the 6th. Call Me Jelly Roll, a tick quicker. So very hard to separate. Allison Kay might have beaten a little bit better bunch, some multiple winners, but hard to separate those two. Certainly, they're going to be forward a long way. Looking for a horse maybe to rebound a little bit. Gary Capps' horse starting tour, very good debut, and then found trouble the next 2.
How about a rider change here on the 4, Wild Type, make the rider Trevor McCarthy. McCarthy ends up on a 12-1 shot here for Rudy Rodriguez. This filly was second last out behind Allison Kay, and Allison Kay gonna be one of the favorites here. You get McCarthy on the 4, Wild Type.
Yeah, she dusted her last time. Did Allison Kay dusted Wild Type, and she's going to have pressure, I believe, from Call Me Jelly Roll as well.
Sure. All right, let's turn the page here. Nice allowance feature of the day here. Race 6. It's a second level allowance, optional claiming 35,000 filly mares 3 and up. We're going 5.5 furlongs on the all-along turf course, no rail setting, and I go with the 7 on top here. I'm only 2 deep in this race on my pick 5. I need Trombetta to get me through here. I go Trombetta. The 7 Super Echo, Live Oak stud plantation, homebred here, 4-year-old daughter of Macho Uno for Trombetta. Julian Pimentel will ride. She was a good second at this level. Last out early April on the main track. She does have a win on the turf. She broke her maiden on the turf up at the Spa.
Yeah.
Saratoga last summer. Forget who cares if it was only maiden 40. It's right. Saratoga, right?
Saratoga.
Tough to win up there. So she likes the turf, and Pimentel, the turf master, going to the Kentucky Derby for Trombetta and Live Oak Plantation on win-win-win. Pimentel's going to get a beautiful trip here on the 7 Super Echo.
Oh, she's got some finish on the dirt. They took the blinkers off last time. A good second. And like I said, I think she's a little bit better than those other turf races as well. She's in form. She's got some speed to target. Her stablemate is going to go out to the front. Finding Perfection will ensure an honest pace. I go to the 1 off my stage, making a turf debut here for Mark Reed. Looking at the family, second dam, graded stakes placed on the grass. I like that. The dam was okay. So got away with a drop last time. I think this horse is going to be okay moving to the turf from just off of it.
Yep, I use the horse speed from the inside. Could be dangerous with the bug boy, Julio Correa. Let's see who else. Did we talk about everybody else there? The 4, my second horse, the 4, Finding Perfection. The other Trombetta horse coming off the layoff. Trevor McCarthy takes the call here. McCarthy and Trombetta, 32% together in a positive ROI. I know this horse is 0 for 2 on the turf, but she's going to show speed, and McCarthy, he's not just on her for fun.
No.
He must think she's live, so I'll use the 4, Finding Perfection.
Okay, well, a real question mark horse is the 6, Bears Atlantic Miss. Has run the fastest of any of these on the turf. You really kind of see it, too, other than you're expecting buyers maybe in the 80s, lower 80s. Nobody's cracked 80 in this group. She's come close. You go on the way back, a race at Woodbine back in 17. That second-place finisher came back to win a grade 3 next time out. Where's she been? They kind of protect her, still running her for a high price for 35. Nest, always tough to gauge with these kind of horses, but with her a couple bang-up turf races, I'd hate to get beat by her. I'm going to use her in the mix.
Yeah, Ness is rolling right now.
Yeah.
He's 5 for 15 at this meet, 33%. So when he gets rolling, he just keeps on rolling. The Jamie Ness barn having a big meet. So nice allowance feature of the day there in race 6 to kick off that late pick 4. Let's check out race 7 to kick off the final pick 3 of the day, claiming 8,000 for filly mares 3 and up. have not won a race in 6 months. Now, races entered for 7 or less not considered in the eligibility, all right? We're going 5.5 furlongs. I go with the 3 on top here. Charity Stripe coming off the layoff. The barn change here to trainer Jamie Ness. Angel Suarez will ride if she's ready to go. She's getting a class relief today. Ness laying her in here coming off the layoff. A few recent works right here at Laurel Park. And Ness, he's 20% from a big, large sampling of horses when he gets new runners in his barn. So I'll go with the 3 Charity Stripe on top.
Wide open race. If you can get away with the all button, go ahead and do it.
Yeah, Tim hits the all button here.
There's no stone cold winner in here. I go to the 6 Little United, second time for McMahon, hoping maybe she can come back close to that 68. Not a ton of just actual true speed. I think Little United has got to be forward a long way with Katie Davis. And go to the rail with the 1, Rockin' Ruth. Trainer we don't see a lot of, Gerard Galligan, but he's 5 for 15 over the last 3 years, last 5 years, I should say, with just a three horses in that mix. But Rockin' Ruth on a roll right now, going for 4 straight. Loves the distance and is showing kind of better tactical speed each and every start. Kind of the now horse in this group.
Good to see these cheap claimers that are the bread and butter of any racing circuit. Your cheap claimers, especially the maiden 10s. The public loves the maiden 10s. That's sometimes the biggest handle of the day. But look at this filly. She's won 3 in a row. She made $50,000 last year. She made $27,000 already this year. Almost $80,000 in earnings for a filly that runs for the bottom claimers. That's nice to see.
And you like, for some people, sometimes they want to get in the game, not purchase a big purchase, claim for $575. You got these conditions to work through. That's the key to have those.
Yep. All right. So it's a wide open affair there in race 7. Let's turn the page here. Race 8 will kick off the late daily double. We're going a mile and a 16th on the main track, claiming 5,000 filly mares 3 and up. Haven't won a race in 6 months or never won 4. That's the condition here. And we both have the 1 on top. Let's start right there. We have a video spotlight to show you of the 1 Prevailing Party. Let's go ahead and show you the race from April 7th right here at Laurel.
Yeah, called a shorter field there in the 9th race, the nightcap. It was very keen to go. We haven't really seen this kind of speed out of this 5-year-old mare of late, but she was ready to roll. She opened up a couple lengths early and was able to relax and move away around the turn. And plenty left in the tank here in the 7-furlong race on the 7th of April. Dominant performance for a newer trainer here, Saul Ramirez, working under Mary Epler and I think Kieran McGee. So he's learned from the right kind of people on this Maryland circuit. 2 very successful trainers. Prevailing Party, I think, can win right back. May not have to go right to the front. She's rated before going longer. I think the speed may come from the true speed from the 4 La Vale here with Correa coming in, a shipper for Silvio Martin. But Prevailing Party, I really like that last race, and I think she's going to have no problem against this group.
I have her on top. It's a nice nice young man here, Sal Ramirez. That was his first win as a trainer,
awesome.
and I missed that. My apologies, Sal, but I had an interview with him when Mary won a big race last weekend or 2 weekends ago. That nice allowance race she won. Huh?
City Party.
That's right, City Party. City Party. And I interviewed him after that for some sound bites about that filly. Cool. And a well-spoken, intelligent guy. And he's been the assistant for Mary this whole winter. Well, Mary goes down the Gulfstream. He's been up here, and Mary's just not going to let anybody work for her. You better
know that exactly.
Be a hard
Mary, you got that right.
Yeah, you better know what you're doing. You better be a hard worker, and so Sal Ramirez, a young trainer here, assistant trainer for Mary Epler, doing a good job, and has the favorite here in race 8, the 1 Prevailing Party. She's going to maybe speed right to the front here. With Montanez aboard. All right, so we both have the 1 on top in race 8. Let's turn the page. Race 9. This is a big race here. A big maiden special weight for filly and mares 3 and up. We're going 5.5 furlongs on the Dahlia Turf Course, rail setting at 52 feet. A big field here. No scratches. All 10. A 10-horse field here for the finale, and we both like the 8 here. Let's start with the 8, my top pick. Ode to Joy, just taking a shot here. There's no really turf form in here. Tim singles on the 1 Easton Union. That's kind of the only turf form in the race. Well, except for the Susan Cooney filly coming off the layoff, the 6 Graceful Request, but she probably wants longer. So there's really not much turf form to go on in this spot. So I take a shot with an Artie Schiller first-time starter. This filly should like the turf by Artie Schiller. for trainer Justin Nixon. She's a 4-year-old, so some patient handling here with this filly. Weston Hamilton takes the call, and Justin Nixon, he came down here with a first-time starter already that got the money. He's 1 for 3 recently. He gets a nice outside post with this filly, a good rider, Weston Hamilton, who's doing well as a journeyman since winning that Eclipse Award as an apprentice last year. If she can break sharp and likes the turf, she'll get a nice trip on the outside.
Well, Ode to Joy, you're looking at the bottom side of this dam, preemptive attack, unraced, but 6 turf-winning foals. Okay, they've combined for over $800,000. Okay, quality turf on the bottom side here. Right. Ode to Joy.
All right, so we both like the 8. The 1, I didn't use the 1, but Vargas and Engelhard are going to be one of the favorites here. It catches a tough inside post. She didn't show much speed at Gulfstream in January, and she's going to have to show a little bit more speed today to get a good trip. Otherwise, she'll just be buried down the backstretch.
Major excuse. Slammed at the brake. Took a lot of play. Now, granted, could have been Ortiz factor. That winner, though, came back to run well, 76 in its stakes next start. I'll give this horse another chance, no doubt about it. And you have to worry about the 9, Shanghai Bobby. 3 turf-winning siblings, tons of speed. Looked like it had to win at Penn. Got a little weary late. Transitions to the turf, certainly the one to catch here with Trevor at an awfully short price. 1978. Talk about the first real quick for Linda Rice.
Sure.
You've got that horse in the mix. Forbidden Frolic. Some debut winners out of this mare. Flashy Frolic. I like that. Verrazano, he actually ran okay on the turf. Has won 1 or 2 times. I think he was graded Group 1 stakes placed over at Ascot. So she comes in, means business. Multiple turf winners in this family.
Sure, you get Caramano's good outside post. So a nice big 10-horse field in the finale. Maiden Special Weight, filly and mares sprinting on the Dahlia Turf Course. That's it. We're out of time. Nice carryover today in that 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 starting in race 4. Today's carryover, a little over 30,000. So start getting your tickets ready now for the Pick 6. We're fast and firm. It's going to be a beautiful day.
Looking forward to it. I like the card. Good betting card today.
Yep, nice job by the racing office. Good luck to everybody. Dave Robin coming up next with scratches and changes.
Good luck.